Welcome everybody. Happy New Year. How you guys doing today? All right. Thank you for joining me today. Turn on your camera, put down your chat where you're coming from, and let's make it happen, okay? Let's finish the year strong. I honor and respect you guys. Only champions show up 2 days before New Year's because you know that you deserve a better life, right? You know that you're ready for 2026. Who need ready for 2026? To be the best year ever. All right, let's make it happen. Okay, welcome, guys. Coming right at you here on the beach, on the West Coast. Literally living on the beach is the best time of our life. Where you guys coming from? Texas. How do you say your name? Diane? All right. Happy New Year, guys. Let's go. Ohio, Shannon from Ohio. All right. Good. Yes, and please turn on your camera. The more I can see you, the more I can relate to you, the more I can help you, right? We do business with people we like and trust. Well, it's really hard to like and trust if we don't see you. Okay. So, all right, Cynthia, thank you for turning your camera. Good to see you. Okay. Right, Carolyn, Shannon, welcome. All right, put down in the chat, what is your biggest why? What is your dream? Why are you here? Why are you here? And what is your biggest challenge as well to get there? Please share. Okay. All right, Patricia, I hope you're feeling better. Okay. From Arizona, welcome. All right. So, yes, what is your dream? Or what is your biggest challenge? Put down in the chat, either one, whatever you want to share. We're here for you. Okay. All right, Miss Claus, welcome. All right, some people from Vegas too. Fantastic. Okay, so I'll do everything in my power to make it worth your while today. Okay. I know that it's been a crazy year and everybody's really busy. But I honor you that you show up for yourself. So I will do my best to compress my 20 years of experience into this webinar. So focus just for the next hour and a half here can change your life. Can you do that? Okay. I invest over $1 million into my mindset, my strategy, and I've been inside of billionaires' houses. I even got some of the phone number from Tony Robbins to Sir Richard Branson, played chess with him, to Grant Cardone. And I will do it my best to pass on what I learned from them to you as well. Okay. So, Shannon, financial freedom and generational wealth in school and financial issue outside. Awesome. Okay, Shannon, thank you for sharing. Okay, Patricia, wanting to live my best life. Biggest challenge is getting started on the right move. That's right, the right move. Very important. It's always the timing, the move, where to go, walk on the road, right? Very important. All right. Thank you for turning the camera then. All right. Good to see you. Okay, so let's dive in here. And I'm super excited to help you guys, right? This is how dedicated we are, right? To show up to do this event for you, okay? For you, not for me, for you. There's nothing to sell at all. It's all just absolute value. So put your credit card away. I want you to focus on learning as much as you can right now, okay? And engage, make some new friends. We have people who partner up within our webinar, within our community all the time. And some have some lifelong, friendship and partnership. So why not, right? The more you give, the more I give back to you. Press down, shaking, what is it? Press down, pouring over, all that, right? Absolutely. So, okay, so let me go into here. And I'm going to share with you probably the number one way for you to get financial freedom in 2026. Okay. And if most people don't know about this, by the way, this business. So consider yourself like me too, very lucky or blessed to be able to be here. Okay. and be able to share this with you and our family as well, right? Because even with people who are in real estate for over 40 years haven't even heard about this, okay? This is how I went from a trapped corporate slave, pretty much, immigrant with absolutely nothing, to have absolute freedom with corporate housing, insurance housing, without owning properties, have any employees, or real estate experience. Okay. If we can help people without any of those experience can do this, why not you? Why not now? Right? So, all right, let's make it happen here. So this is my lovely wife. We were just in Santorini, Greece, and love it. If you haven't been there, highly recommend it. Okay. And the best way to travel is book a one-way ticket to a country, and how long you like it, that's how long you stay. Okay. So that's the best way to travel. And our last, when we were in Cancun, have a five-star resort, all of that. And they were like, oh, there's a hurricane coming. I'm like, oh, sure, we don't want to stay here. Where should we go? The world is our playground and love is our legacy, right? That's coming from Tony Robbins Platinum Group that I'm a part of. But yeah, that's also my motto too, right? So we look all over the world at the time, and the best place to be was the Olympics in Paris. This was literally just last year, okay? So we flew to Paris, witnessed the entire spectacle of the opening of an Olympics, which only happened once in 100 years in Paris. The last time was 100 years ago. Witness history. And then we're like, where do you want to go? Well, Santorini is always on our bucket list. So let's go. Okay. Santorini, beyond expectation. Literally everything you think of in the movies is there, right? So that's what I'm talking about. And then when we come back, relax for a few months, and then we went to Costa Rica. You see, one-way ticket. How long did we stay? 3 months. Why? Because we love it. If we don't like it, we stay for 2 weeks. How many want that freedom, right? Anyway, I'll do everything in my power to make it worth your while. Stay to the end. I'll give you the blueprint on how you can do this as well. The longer you stay, the more participation you do, the more I can see you, right? Then the more I can help you, right? Awesome. Thank you for your participation. Absolutely. Yeah, my wife is absolutely the most gorgeous. Absolutely, Shannon. Thank you. Cynthia, the biggest dream to purchase a house on the river. The biggest challenge is making enough to do that. Leave money for my daughter and develop a business that she can run once I'm gone. Beautiful, beautiful. Good hand for that, right? Now that's a dream. Now that's authenticity, and I love that, because you don't want to leave your daughter, your son, or whoever just some money, right? A business that she can run. You see, that's wise right there, because it's not what you give them, is the vehicle, is the knowledge, is the connection, is the mindset, is the understanding that that they cannot get just from being spoiled. Okay. I invested over $1 million into my mindset and my strategy, literally $1 million over the past 20 years, right? And out from that, I discovered the one vehicle that has helped me to get absolute financial freedom today. And I'm talking about not just money freedom. Did you know that there are 4 levels of freedom? There's money freedom, which doctor and lawyer have all the time, but they don't have time freedom, right? They're making $500 an hour, $1,000 an hour. Well, guess what? It's going to be hard for them to sell that time and take, a day off with their family. That's $10,000 right there. You see, they don't really have time freedom. That's why most of them end up very bad, in bad shape. Never see their family, right? Now, there's another type of freedom called relationship freedom, which means that you don't have to talk to any clients you don't want to, right? Now, for most businesses out there, you have to see your client to make money, right? Any business, you put it down in chat. What business is that? You know, you see your client, you make money. You service your client, you make money, right? Oh, I sell a product, Amazon, FBA. Well, you still have to do customer service, okay? You see? And he has like thousands and thousands of customer service. Versus the best client I found is the corporate clients who they don't need to talk to you. They don't want to talk to you, and they wire you monthly income. That's the best type of client. You get it? Relationship freedom, right? And then there's also insurance clients too, where helping families going through a disaster, flood, hurricane, right? The best way for you to get passive income is through real estate, by the way, not through any other kind of business, any other thing out there, you know. And I have done it all. I even got my MBA, and I would dive deep into that. And then there's location freedom. So whoever you are following or learning from at your job, at your school, wherever, look at their fruit, look at their lifestyle, not just what they have or Gucci or whatever. Doesn't matter. Chanel, all that's great, you know, Rolls Royce, whatever. Big house, okay. But do you have all those four type of freedom? Can you just take off for 3 months, right? And do whatever you want to do. You see? That is way worth more than just money, right? Anyway, I refuse to give up. I learn from the right people and refuse to give up. That's the main key. You know, whether if playing poker with Grant Cardone on his yacht and, you know, actually won, believe it or not, and I got lucky or something. But anyway, I donated to his foundation helping kids, or jumping to the cold plunge with Tony Robbins, definitely incredible human being, impacted more people than anybody still alive, right? Or play chess with Sir Richard Branson, who worth over $5 billion, literally on his own island. The guy on his own island that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And then he invited me to his birthday party, who is on his cruise line, not on his yacht, his cruise line. Okay. What do you say to these people? It's incredible. What I learned is they are just like you and I, right? I mean, if they can do it, you can do it. That's what I learned. It's not about me, it's about what I can create within the community that we have founded over 10 years ago. For example, these two students met within our community. Within 2 months, they got two properties up and running, and they were making enough money to literally quit their job and have freedom the rest of their life, right? That's what I'm talking about. Or if you want, you know, 3-month booking from insurance that paying up front, like Sunny, you get that as well. How many want that, right? And who in here are moms and dads, right? Especially mom. My hats go out to you. I don't know how you guys do it to be working full time and raising kids. I mean, and managing your husband, you know, that's crazy. Okay. That's 3 jobs. So these two moms went into a community. Within literally 1 month, they replaced the income. And then 3 months later, they hit 20,000 a month, 10 to 20,000 a month, and retire, travel run around the world, and be free the rest of their life, right? And spend time with being the mother to raise their kids. Who do you want to be the mom or the dad to raise your kids, your children, not have to give them to daycare or give them to somebody else to take care of, right? That's something is not replaceable. You only have one chance, one shot, right? Once they're grown, they're grown. So let's make it happen. So my goal, my purpose is to show you how to make 6 figures beyond Airbnb without even the need to own any properties that nobody else is teaching. Literally, we like been shouting this out for the past 10 years. Hey, don't just do vacation rental. Don't just do Airbnb. Okay, it's super saturated. You're not making any profit, right? People party and damage the property, all these things. Do corporate housing instead, you know, insurance housing, professional. Anyway, my quick story is immigrant from Vietnam, third world country. We come over here, literally we slept on a one tiny bedroom on a one mattress. My mom and dad, my sister and I on one mattress. Imagine that in the ghetto. Okay. Where I determined to achieve the American dream, right? So I started even selling candy in school when I was 11. Okay. I did everything I could trying to make it. Okay. I put food on the table. Okay. And I've been told that to become the American dream, get the American dream is what? Go to school, get a good grade, get a good job, become a doctor, lawyer, you make it. So guess what? Monkey see, monkey do, right? That's what I did. All right. So we sacrificed everything. I'm talking about everything for me to get my doctorate in pharmacy. Okay. Literally 8 years of school, survival of ramen noodle, dollar menu, right? Subway sandwiches that you one for breakfast, one for lunch for $5, right? I know how to do it. Okay. So I did that for 8 years, right? So, and guess what? I finally graduated. And I was like, oh man, I made it. I got my white coat, I got my degree. Mom, dad, don't worry about a thing. I'm gonna take care of you the rest of my life. I bust my butt my first year of being pharmacist. And I thought I won the Pharmacy of a Year award for a Fortune 1 company. And I really thought I made it, right? I was like, yeah, you guys, I got you guys. Guess what? They sat me down, they gave me a raise that's like 2% for the whole year worth of work, doesn't even keep up with inflation. And then they cut my staff by 30% because they know that I can handle it. I was like, okay, what did I get myself into? Right? Student loans, 300K, you know, sacrifice everything. And now I'm found myself as a modern slave. I feel like it's like a modern slavery system over here. You guys, anybody feel that way? Okay. I love the movie The Matrix. It's like you literally I unplug from the Matrix and I see it all now, kind of like that, right? But when I was in it, like many of you, I was like, how do I get out? Okay. Because I was working 40, 50 hours a week, even at pharmacists, driving an hour to work, an hour home. And honestly, I felt like I was managing like a McDonald's, In-N-Out burger or something, because they time us with every single thing, you know? So where's the freedom in that, right? I was frustrated, I was burned out, and I was trapped, right, with a golden handcuff. Okay. And I thought I made it too. And on top of everything, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. And I was like, I gotta figure out something fast because my main reason for achieving all of that is to, help taking care of them for the things they have sacrificed for us. Okay. So I tried all kind of businesses as you can imagine since then. Okay. So I tried drop shipping, day trading, multi-level marketing, franchise, multi-family, realtor, traditional real estate. Yes, I'm going to go into the training a little bit, but you got to, you know, share my story for us. From that, you understand why is this different, right? That is the biggest thing. It's not like everything else that you've seen out there. Okay. So anyway, anybody tried these things before? Drop shipping is great, sounds great, but you're only making like 20 bucks a sale. And I did the math and I was like, if I want to make $10,000 a month, I need to sell like at least 1,000 of these things. And I can have like 1,000 customer service people cars. I was like, I want that. Even if you do make it, it's so much work, right? And then you're competing with millions of other people, not just nationwide, but internationally. People can undercut you because the labor over in Asia is very cheap. Okay. So, and I don't have time to keep up with all that. I was working full time like many of you, right? Multi-level marketing, try that too. You tried that before? Okay. It's basically call all your friends and family until you don't have any more friends and family. Okay. That's the model, right? Or stalk people in the mall, in the bookstore. I did that too. In the grocery store, basically stalking people and get their phone number and bring them onto a Tuesday meeting where they draw a circle on the board, right? Trying to get them in. Okay. And then most of them don't even stay in, right? So I was like, that's not the way to freedom. Day trading, you try that too? I literally made hundreds of thousands of dollars one year and I thought I made it. I'm like, yes, I'm a genius. Okay. Next thing you know, I lost it all in a couple of days. Why? I quickly found out that the the trading stock or that hedge funds would, they are professional. They hire the brightest, hundreds of them working full time, and their only single purpose in trading is take money out of retail trader of your pocket. Okay. Do you really think you can compete against hundreds of professional banding together with formal education, with formal technology, superior technology, with everything, and you can still win? I thought so for many years, and I got burned many times. I was like, I'm never gonna do that again. Okay. So franchise, open a restaurant, you have traditional business. I opened up a restaurant, 400K in, 2 years to build it. Found out I had a job managing a bunch of teenager, and I love helping teenager, but I don't want to manage them. Okay, you got me? Okay, it's a nightmare. Okay, some of your mom chuckle, you understand? All right, so there you go. Or even like my family, I see them with like nail salon, dry cleaner, all kind of businesses you can think of, donut shop or whatever, gas station, 24/7, work there 24/7, right? That's not the way. It's way old school. Why? Because any kind of traditional business got so much overhead, right? So much overhead. Your profit margin. Sorry, man, I got some issues, but let's play a quick testimonial so you see more about the community here. We can't hear you, Rian. Can you hear me okay? All right. Sorry about that. Let's get back to it. Good. Okay. Okay. Multifamily did that too. Okay. It sounds great on the surface. You go and buy syndicate big deals and all of that, but they didn't tell you that you need literally hundreds of thousands of dollars and like a full-time job of 40 hours a week to do anything. Because these are big deals, right? They don't just gonna play with like newbies who don't have anything. It's very hard to get in. You got me, right? Or being a realtor, who here in realtor or anything with real estate, like mortgage broker, inspector, all of that. You go out to you because working nights and weekends sucks. Okay. That's why I did. I was like, I'll do that for the rest of my life. So I was free. I was working literally 60 hours a week by now with trying to run multiple hustle. And I was lost, I was miserable, and I was at rock bottom. And if you feel that way, you are not alone, guys. This year literally has been one of the worst year of the economy, and I get that. So that's why I want to do this to really help a lot of people achieve financial freedom. Okay. But that is when I met somebody that gave me the epiphany. The epiphany is this: what if you don't have to own the property to make money from it? You ever heard that before? What if not just leveraging somebody else, other people money, but other people property, OPP. The sky's the limit. Why did Airbnb become the #1 hospitality company, real estate company in the world in a short amount of time? And the Hilton took 100 years, and I would be like 1/10 of what Airbnb has, because Airbnb know how to leverage other people's property. That's it. You got me? So if you can learn how to do that, does Airbnb even own any property? No. Does Uber own any cars? No. And yet they become the biggest company in the industry in this short amount of time. Why? They understand how to add value by leveraging other people's property, which is what we teach. Make sense? So if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for you, right? For me. Anyway, I found out that I could rent vacant home and then sublet. Back then, Airbnb just got started and then scaled to freedom. Okay. So that's exactly what I did, right? You can literally do that. So anyway, book a free call with us if you haven't already. This is my only offer for you, and it's free. Okay. So who here want to have 1 hour with me? Free, no strings attached, just my way of giving back. I set aside 5 of these spots for this next week here as a New Year's gift for you guys. So first come, first serve. There is an application process. I cannot, unfortunately, I don't have all the time in the world to take on everybody. So make sure only if you're serious, only if you are coachable, have a good positive attitude, and you are a giver, and book a call with us. Okay. Then we can go from there. So I'd love to help you. All right. So the old model is exchange your time for money directly. 1 hour of your life equal X amount of dollars. Salary is even worse because, they overwork you. And then we were told to put money into a retirement account. And hopefully after 50 years from now, that money is still there and you are old enough now, you can enjoy it. But hey, it's a great, pipe in the sky dream, right? Like who in here actually know people that actually this model actually worked for? That they met somebody that actually a deca millionaire, $10 million or more. $1 million today is nothing now, right? That actually can actually have the money and enjoy it as well and travel around the world with it. Literally, I don't know anybody. And I know a lot of people. Okay. I have like 20,000 contacts on my phone. Okay. Why? Because this model is built for the banker. It's built for the hedge fund manager, not for you and I. Okay, guys? That's why. Think about it. The new model. Take a screenshot of this, share this. This is what you need to know to get freedom. What's the holy grail to financial freedom? Guys, put down in the chat. What's the holy grail to financial freedom? Is it your education? Is it your business? Is it your background? Right? From what I learned for all these multi-billionaires, the holy grail to financial freedom is multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. That's the key. Okay. Have you ever wondered why all these kings and queens, you watch them, lords and lady and all of that, they all don't have to work and they go and, just go to the bar and have fun? Guess what they all have in common? They have real estate making them passive income while the peasants working on their land, right? Not much change nowadays, you see? So we wasn't, born with a silver spoon in our mouth. So next best thing is we need to learn how to leverage their real estate. Does that make sense? That's why it worked. Multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. That's right. Okay. So you want to create an equitable, scalable business model where you make money in your sleep. Who here want to make money in your sleep, guys? Okay. One of the only ways I know of to make money in your sleep is literally people sleeping at your property and you make money off of, right? You make money off of whenever you like. I'm talking to you right now. My property is making money for me. You see the difference? And then you want to reinvest into your business, into yourself for years to come. And then you have multiple sources of income because your income is going to be in direct proportion to the value you provide to the marketplace, not your hard work or not your background, none of that. Okay. What kind of value you provide to the marketplace. And if you can leverage other people's property to provide value while you are sleeping, there's true freedom, right? That's why it's true freedom. So definitely take a screenshot of this, share this with as many people as possible. Right? I wish I learned this in school, even my MBA school. I did MBA too. I didn't learn any of this stuff. Okay. So anyway, the hallway was on your own, right? I was on my own. I was confused about picking the right location, strategy, managing staff, hospitality, how to scale, etc. I lost thousands of hours and actually tens of thousands of, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars actually, and to close down more than 10 of these properties. But the good news is I can save you from these nightmares, right? I can literally save you from these nightmares, okay? Because I had no mentor, I had no support group, I had no help with all the little stuff that come up with becoming a mega host, right? But back then it wasn't like now. We have abundance of mentors and all of that. Now I end up scaling to 20 something Airbnb back then, which later I converted to corporate housing and make six figure within months, and the rest history. Okay, why is this different? Clients stay for months here instead of days. That's the biggest thing you need to understand, right? So imagining if you do Airbnb, it's like you go out to the river with a fishing rod, and then you hope and pray you catch a fish, and then you get fed for a day or two, right? But this is like you getting a well. You're gonna go out to the ocean and catch a big well. These are corporate clients, by the way, and the big well, you can get fed for months, sometime a year. Literally a day ago, one of my students landed a 1 year prepay contract that is already prepaid $60,000 cha-ching. And that property is booked for the whole year. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Instead, I talked to another friend of mine who's also a millionaire, but don't know what they're doing. They go and they do Airbnb, just vacation rental, and now cleaners don't show up and they have to go and clean. Okay? They have to be interrupted by their dinner of their children because one of the guests complained about stuff. Because when do with vacation, in and out every week. Every week you gotta do the whole thing over and over again. Guess how many times they check in this client, this 1 year client? One time. Guess how many times they check them out? One time. You see the difference? And they pay Wiley monthly income. Passive. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Actually, they prepay for the whole year. So who cares? Like, cha-ching. That's what I'm talking about. Corporate clients, they have the resources. That's the question you need to ask whatever you do this or anything. Ask yourself, who is your ideal client? Who is your ideal client or avatar, right? Is it the vacation renter who's gonna party, drug, alcohol, right? Trash your property, invite like 100 other friends and fam or other people, as they say it's their cousins. When you have a lot of cousins, okay, right? Or is it rent out to long-term people who can lose their job and they have to stay at the home? You can't kick them out. I mean, right? So they become squatter, and you got to go through eviction process. All that, which you're gonna be losing a lot of money doing that. You see? The reason why this is amazing because guess how many evictions we have to deal with this business for the past 10 years, hundreds of properties, hundreds of students nationwide. Put down a chat. Let me guess. Come on, guys, I can see you. Make it happen. Hundreds of students. Exactly. Zero. Cynthia got it. Somebody pay attention. Exactly. Oh no, it's not no money, no eviction. Don't have to deal with any of that BS. Why? Because companies, they have resources, right? They're not gonna mess around. They're worth millions of dollars. They're not gonna mess around with $30,000, $40,000 rent. Even if they have to pay for the whole year, that's chump change for them. You get it? Okay. That's why. Okay. Number two, you make 2 times the market rent while minimize management. Literally 2 times the market rent with this. Why does company pay that much? Question, if you have 4 employees, is it cheaper for you to rent 4 hotels or one house? Which one would you choose? Of course, one house, right? So even though it's double the market rent, but it's still saving the company 50% of the housing quota, because otherwise they have to rent 4 hotels. That makes sense? If you are a family who going through a disaster or a renovation and then you need a home to stay during this time, do you want to be stuck in a hotel for literally 3, 4, 5 months? Or you want to have a home with a backyard that your dog can run around, your kids can play around? You guys can have space and not be on top of each other. Exactly. You want a home. You see? That's why it works. And the insurance is paying anyway, so who cares? Did you know that insurance is obligated to pay you up to 10% of the value of your home if anything happened, any disaster, flood, or the pipes burst, or the winter season happened, or the fire, they're obligated to pay your housing while you are going through all this crazy mess, right? So that's why, right? And then this is 10 times less management than vacation rental, because simple math, guys, the average length of stay is 3 to 6 months for corporate clients, insurance clients. The average length of stay for a vacation rental is 3 to 6 days. So just think about it. That's 30 times more work with vacation rental because the length of stay is 30 times longer. 30 times shorter. Make sense? That's why way less work. And that's why you have more freedom. And then you don't know what to do with yourself. So you go do stupid stuff like just travel around the world. No, it's just it's fun. Okay. It's the best life possible. Literally just go and live life, right? And explore countries, explore cultures. Anyways, 10 times less risk, less headaches because business to business versus business to consumer. That's the other thing. Most people, when they serve this business to consumer, it's a big headache, right? That's why I said anything with e-commerce, anything with even just like Airbnb or Uber, there's this business to consumer. It's have a lot of headache. When you want to deal with one company and they manage all the employees and you don't have to worry about it, that's exactly what happened with us here. You get it? And if the employees, they're not gonna act stupid, right? They might go rent your Airbnb down the road and party and throw a weekend party, but they're not gonna do it at our property because they don't want to lose their job. You see? That's why. And then you escape a lot of regulations and a lot of tax exempt as well. Okay. Because it's 30 days or longer. If you do less than 30 days, you got to pay hotel tax. Ridiculous. 15% of revenue is like 30% of your profit, right? And then you got have a bunch of regulations around you, like so many people, you can only host so many times, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you do in corporate housing, midterm stay over 30 days, you escape a lot of that. You don't even need licensing in a lot of places, right? You don't even need to pay those stupid hotel tax. Okay, that's just the hotel lobbying, trying to make money out, trying to prevent you to do your business. Okay. So now, disclaimer, this is not financial legal advice. This is not, I'm not a financial legal advisor. Technically, up to you. But this is why we have built this community for a reason, because I have the responsibility to share what I learned, because I literally unblocked from the matrix, retired when I was 33. And I was like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? Okay. There's so many, pina colada I can drink, right? I don't want just being just lazy. So I sat on the beach one time after unblocking the matrix. The first year, I literally pinched myself. I was like, is this really real? Like, am I really living this lifestyle? And then the second year, when I started getting real, like, okay, I am doing this. Yes. I am having a bunch of passive income from a bunch of real estate, and I don't have to worry about a thing. So I asked God, hey, what is my mission now? Why am I here? So my mission now, literally, I believe God told me, like, you done good for you and your family, but I want families get financial freedom, break the curses, and build generational wealth. Amen. Who in here want to be this next coming year? Okay, that's what we are here. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so what is the difference between owning versus renting? Why do we do arbitrage instead of own? So I, like you, how many here have a property that you bought? How long did it take you to save up the money to buy that property? Okay. And then if you have a rental, how many have a rental that you own? How long did it take you to buy the property? How long did it take you to rehab? How much money did you take to rehab? And then how much cash flow are you getting it right now? We're doing a long-term rental. For most people, you need, like me, even a pharmacist, it took me years to save up the money to buy one house. And I was cash flowing like about 300 after everything. And I need 10K a month. Back then it was like 20K a month now to be free, right? I did the math. So if it took me one house, I'm making $300, traditional real estate, long-term rental. How many do I need to hit 10K a month? 30 houses. If it took me 3 years to 5 years to buy a house, how long did it take for me to buy 30 houses, traditional real? Come on, guys. 90 years to 150 years. Okay. Who in here has 90 to 150 years? You see what I'm saying? Now, when the light bulb go off is when I met this lady. She told me about how you can leverage other people's property, the same thing I told you. And I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. I never thought about it before. You can leverage somebody else's real estate. You don't have to own it to make money from it. Boom. I did 2 a month. Within 1 year, I hit 24, 20 something properties that I've been of my own. And then I was making way more than my mentor, who was a pharmacist at that place for over 20 years. And I got freedom. You see the difference? That's why we do arbitrage. Because for one home that you buy, do you want to make money from 10 houses instead of one house for the same amount of investment? Because when you buy something, you need to pay for what? Down payment, rehab, closing costs, a big mess. Okay. But when you rent, all you need to pay is the rent. So for one house, rent, you money from 10 one house. You see what I'm saying? Of course, 10 house, right? And do you want to make from the 10 houses, do you want to wait 40 years to buy, save the money, buy the house, save the money to buy another house? Or you want to do the 10 houses within 5 months and get freedom rest of your life, right? And which one is less risk? Instead of put all Okay, so sorry guys, but yeah, instead of putting all your eggs in one basket, now you can put in 10 different baskets, right? 10 different sources of income. You see? So how many sources of income do you guys have right now? For most people, is what your job is the main source of income, right? So knock on wood, but remember, there's no job security anymore, even government job with the government shutdown recently, even military, right? So what do these people got to do? Some people work for the government for 20 years and they thought they're solid. They're about to get their pension and boom, don't let that be you. Okay? I've been telling people all the time, there's no job security, even government job. Like, there you go, prime example. But hey, don't blame anybody else. First step is take responsibility, right? Now imagine instead of doing that, you build this on the side and you have 10 houses make you your money in your sleep. That's 10 source of income. You're making 20K a month. Do you really care who's the president is? Do you really care like what's going on in the economy when you can create your own economy, right? You create your own economy. You know what I'm saying? Yes, of course, exactly. You see? And the key here is you want to have multiple sources of income. If you only have one or two sources of income, you're in a very dangerous time right now. You gotta be waking up, right? How many wake up? I'm here to wake you guys up. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to potentially be your mentor and help you, okay? So if you only have one or two sources of income, listen to me very carefully, guys. Get going as fast as you can doing this. You don't want to be too late. I have hundreds of thousands of followers. Some of them follow me for years. One prime example, this lady, very sweet lady, making 200K a year at her government job, thought she made it. I sent a call literally with her like 2 weeks ago. And she started crying with me. She's like, oh, Dr. Chau, I followed you for a long time. I didn't do anything. And now my health got issue and I can't work. And now the foreclosure and they take everything. I was like, why didn't you do something in the last few years? Oh, I was, waiting for timing to be perfect or got my ducks in a row or, whatever, right? I was like, don't let that be you. Okay. You see? Now, imagine my other students who have like 20 of these houses or even just 10, making 20,000 a month. And if they lose this one house, that's only one source of income out of the 10. So that's only 10% of your income. It's not 90% or 100% of your job. You see what I'm saying? So if you do this, when you do this and you lose just 10%, so you're not making 20,000 a month, you're making 18,000 a month. Is that okay? Of course, right? That's what. Makes sense? All right, this is a freedom formula model. All right. Month one, do one property, make 2K a month with arbitrage. Month two, you do two more, now you have 6K a month. Month three, you do two more, now you have 10K a month. In 3 months, guys, you can be free. How many can be free with 10K a month? You got me? You know how long it take for me to get 10K a month being a pharmacist? 8 years of school. I literally 8 years of school, 400K in student loans, sacrifice everything. Sleep on the basement, live like a freaking like modern slave to make 10K a month, my first paycheck. I like after taxes like 7K. I was like, what the heck am I this? What happened? You see? This you can get in 3 months, guys. Hello. Working a few hours a week, by the way. It's not working 40 hours a week because it's real estate. It's passive, very passive. You get it? And if that's not enough, you do it again for 3 months. Now you're at 20 something K a month over 10 properties. This is exactly what I did to get freedom. This is exactly what I teach a lot of my students to do. And this is exactly what we help hundreds of people to do. And that's why we want a lot of rewards. And this can be you as well. Okay. So take a screenshot of this, put it up somewhere you can see it all the time. All right. This is all you need to get financial freedom, guys. Okay. And it's more secure than any job, any degrees, any business out there. I don't care what business it is, because with other businesses, you always have to spend 10 times more energy, more time to do it, to make the money than real estate, right? Because with real estate, I mean, with other business, what? Restaurant, nail salon, dry cleaner, any kind of lawyer, doctor, you have to see the client to make money, right? You have to serve the client to make money. And guess what? This is how we serve our client. Sleep in my property. Okay. That's how we serve them, right? We create an environment so they can sleep and have fun with their family. Like, question, did I have to show up and knock on their door and talk to them to make money? Did I have to do their, serve them food to make money at the restaurant? No, right? Did I have to do therapy on them to make money, like the doctor and lawyer? No. You see what I'm saying? That's why this is the best business. About to wake up here. You got me? Okay, cool. So for those of you who want to know how to do this and all of that, I know there's some question in the chat, all of that. If you ready, my mentorship only is invite only. Okay. The way it works is I give you an hour free of my time, and I will give my best to give you the best free information. If you need me to analyze a property, anything I can do, I can do. And if I see if you're a good fit, what we do, then it's an invite only thing for our community. I don't want a lot of people. I just want the best. And I want quality people. That way we can build lifelong community together and help a lot of people. Okay. So if that sounds like you want to be a part of that, then pop the link is in the chat. Okay. To apply. Okay. And I don't want to spend time talking about, what we have it doesn't matter. What important here is for you to understand this key concept that has changed my life and changed hundreds of people's lives. You got some good
guy. That's why I appreciate Dr. Chau and the program. So
it has been a learning experience for us because it's a whole new business. We also come from corporate America, college and real estate. All of that was completely new for us. I had a hard time with making the phone calls, but like you guys said, like it's just important to just go for it and make the calls. And we did. We jumped on it, started making phone calls. And after that, it really only took 2 or 3 phone calls. We got our first property in September. We went to go meet the property owner, and he's like an investor. And when he met us right away, we introduced ourselves, met him in person, shook his hand, felt like we were family. He never did a background check on us, credit check, nothing. He signed the lease that night. Definitely a blessing. And then we had our house listed within 2 weeks after that. He actually referred us to an investor friend. So our second property that we got, they offered it to us. We listed it on a Wednesday, and by Friday we had 3 inquiries, and it's booked for 3 months now. This house that we got now, we rent it for $1,895, I think. With the insurance, we're charging $4,200 per month.
We have faith in this program, and we're happy with the coaches. Been really great to us. We're excited to get our 3rd and 4th property by the end of the year, hopefully.
Let's go. Within the first month of joining the program, we had a baby. The next month, we onboarded 3 houses. What is your excuse? Let's get on board.
So last year, Kathy. All right. Yeah, you see here, we help so many people. It doesn't matter what your background is, right? We're able to help you. So, all right, let's dive into especially how to get this going. So I done lay the foundation for you. Now let's literally analyze some deals for you. Who in here has a market, a deal you want me to analyze? And I want to show you how you can do this as fast as you can here. Okay. So put out in the group chat what market you want me to analyze for free, by the way, to take advantage of this. And also if you have a deal or you have a property you want me to analyze, put it out. Okay. So I'm going to share with you the three secrets when you analyze a deal. Okay. Some people, I know like short-term rental, they want you to buy like all kind of software, have like thousands of dollars in subscription to figure out what is a good, vacation rental place or not. And I'm like, there's a much better, easier way, guys. It's my formula. It's called the 3 H's formula. Highways, hospitals, and hotel. When 2 highways intersect, guys, where attention flow, money flow, okay? So when 2 highways intersect, hotels and hospitals usually congregate in that section, in that intersection, right? And when it congregate there, they're multi-billion-dollar company that have dropped even $100 million to $1 billion to open those properties. So if it's good enough for them and they've done the research, why do you have to do more research? You see? That's why it's amazing, this formula. So for example, Polly here, Placentia, California. Let's analyze the deal here, okay? So you go on Google Maps, you pop in Placentia, California, okay? And first thing you want to see, what are some major area around, right? What are some major highway around? So they got these Highway 5, Highway 57, 90, all of that, okay? Where's this in context? So it's east of LA, it's one of the strongest market in the world, really. It's the 5th largest economy in the world. It's a fantastic place, okay? So, and you can do this in any major city or even medium-sized city. You cannot do this out in the boonies, right? But I'm sure where you are at, you're close to at least 1 or 2 cities you can do this in. And remember, when you set it up, it's pretty much passive, a few hours a month to manage, right? So you don't have to be there all the time. So anyway, check this out. So this area, you got these highways, several highways here. So you want to see what hotels are around, right? When you look at hotels, you got this hotel, the cluster here. Yeah, you see? So they usually hang around like this intersection here is a strong one, you see? There's the Hilton there. There's a lot of other hotels too there, you see? And then actually this one down here is even more. Look at so many hotels right here. So this probably cluster here will be even better, like Anaheim area, but closer to the hotel and the highway intersection. This one has like 3 highway intersection right here. You know, so there you go. Super hot area, you see? And then you also do a hospital, okay? So check this out, right? They got hospital right here, hospital here, Kaiser here, right? Good area, very strong area. Look, you see? And because you guys are Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, I give you guys a gift that I only share with my paying client. It's called the Auto Edge. Well, I actually have 6 H total, right? But this one is something that you guys will be a great gift for you. It's called Healthy Grocery Store. Why? Because with Healthy Grocery Store, these are people who are well-to-do, sophisticated, right? So, for example, Whole Food, Sprout, right? Trader Joe. You see this here? Boom. This means that this area has been vetted by these big giant corporation, and they put 100 million to build a Whole Food. You know, is it if it's good enough for Whole Food, is it good enough for you? Yes. You understand? These are where the professional hang out. It's at Whole Food, at Trader Joe, at Sprout. Okay. Make sense? So boom, this area is pretty good. I like it. This whole area is literally in the center of everything. So you're in a great market there, Polly. Yes, exactly. Disney is right there too. And for those of you who love to host vacation, even though you know it's like 10 times more work, you can still do a hybrid model. I'm not saying no to everything, right? If you really love that, you can do a hybrid model where peak season you host the vacation rental because usually they only work for 3 or 4 months anyway. The rest of the time is dead. So the rest of the time you fill them in with corporate clients. You see? So you've got a best of both worlds, right? That's why mentorship and coaching is so important. That one thing right there can make you 100K in your business, or if you don't know it, it can lose you 100K. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Okay. What else? What else? Would I work in small towns too? So it needs to be what kind of small town? Give me an example and I'll show you. If you can give it a shot, the good thing about this is nothing much to lose, right? Why not give it a shot? You could be king of the hill. We have several students who are in a smaller city or town, and they're like king of the hill because nobody know about them. There's no competition, right? Give it a shot, you see? And then also expand to other city, other more stronger market in your area as well, right? And another thing is within our community, you instantly have partnership nationwide. So we have like Florida and Window. Literally within 3 months, before us, it took them years. They couldn't find any deals, right? They signed with a bunch of coaches as well, and I don't know what they teach them. They didn't get anything done. Within 1 month with us, they found not just a deal, they found a client that has over 100 houses. And that's why I train a lot about mindset that most people overlook. Most people think is or show me the how, the strategy, Dr. Chau, blah, 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 right? And I'm over here talking about more important stuff that they missed already. It's the mindset. When you can really understand that and have the right mindset, that you can talk to multi-millionaire, and in my case, billionaire, and they respect you, and they give you a shout out to their community. They actually give you their phone number. That's worth literally billions of dollars. You understand that? So I was able to transfer that mindset to my student who landed that millionaire with over 100 properties, and now they are set for life. They don't have to build from scratch 60 years to get to where he's at. They leverage his property, add value, partner with him, and then they didn't stop there. Within 3 months, they expanded to 3 different markets. Fantastic. You see what I'm saying? And guess what? Are they like doctor and lawyer? Are they like have a bunch of experience in business? No, they work in retail. They work in retail, guys. Anybody can do this business. You get me? So anyway, Miss Cross live across the street from military base. Good. College, university, good. Highway, shopping center, good. Check, check, check. Literally everything is walking distance in 15 minutes drive. Wow. There you go. There you go, Miss Cross. Yeah, I see you. You have an address? I can look it up for you. I mean, that sounds amazing. Yeah. Good. Polly, great. Book a call. Fantastic. Good job. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Give Polly a hint. That's a mark of a winner. Action. Massive action is a key all, like my Tony Robbins say. You can listen, watch, learn. You have a PhD in whatever. There's so many broke PhDs and doctor. It's funny, it's crazy. Why? The difference is the millionaire understand action. It's called ready, fire, aim. Okay? It's different from the employee mindset, right? Entrepreneur. You get ready, and then you fire, and then you see what's stick, and then you aim. Okay? Versus the employee mindset is you get ready, right? You aim, and then you don't pull the trigger. And guess what? The biggest enemy is not anybody else but time. We don't know how long we have. We don't know how much we have. And especially if our parents are older, the people that we love are older, life is short. You see? So it's literally a race against time. And if you can make as many actions as you can, make many mistakes as you can, failing forward faster and faster. It's my 4F formula. Fail forward, fast, faster. That's how you get successful, guys. That's it. That's how I able to retire when I was 33. I mean, instead of like my mentor who's like in his 50s, I think at that time, and still working. And then later on, he joined my program. So it's kind of funny that now I mentor him. But anyway. All right. Any other market out there? Any other deal you want me to look at? Okay. So you see here, Arlington, Texas is a great market. Okay, I do one more. Arlington, Texas. It's definitely an amazing market. How did I know? I actually lived there for 10 years. Okay. And most of these market, I have students who are in them. So I have analyzed this market like all the time. Okay. So check this out. It's in the middle. The beautiful thing about this, in the middle of 2 big cities, Fort Worth and Dallas. Where do you think these 2 cities going to expand to? The middle, Arlington, right? There you go. There's a bunch of highways running across. There's hospitals. Let's check out hospitals. A bunch of hospitals around here, right? And then hotels, check out hotels. Look how many hotels are out there. Holy macamole, right? Of course, it's a great market. Fantastic. Now, here's the nuance. You ready? I'm going to drop $1 million gem for you right here, Christy. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Arlington is good and it's cool, but a better one is Grand Prairie, right next door. Why? Because it's a lot less strict with regulations with this type of business. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year right there, okay? So focus on Grand Prairie. Boom, you know? And then focus more up here. And Frisco is the best one. Frisco is the best. Hands down. It's like Beverly Hills in California, right? It's the next like rated top 10 to live. And guess what, guys? Some of you guys, like, I have properties here on you guys. Like, I know some people are like, oh, why are you telling your competition for free where to go? So that's where the mindset come in, right? There's no competition. There's only collaboration, guys. You got me? There's no scarcity. There's only abundance. And my source is not coming from you guys. It's from God. Okay, so the more I give, the more it's gonna come back to me, pressed out, shaking, pouring over. You see? So that's why I don't mind giving her the best play for free. Where you want to go for free? Because I know the more I give, the more it's gonna come back to me. Haha. So I'm happy. I'm good. So there you go. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Okay, so what you do then is you go to Zillow, okay, and you literally find the deal. What kind of deal you find? You want to find 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, or at least 3-bedroom, 2 bath. What kind of home type? Houses. Don't do apartment or townhouse. Okay, it can still work, but it's much better with houses. You do entire place. On Zillow here, you click apply. What other filter? Small cats, allow small dogs, apply. Why? Because small cats, small dogs is what differentiate you from the hotels. Hotels don't like them. And people actually don't like to live in a hotel with dogs, right? I mean, they pee everywhere, okay? You get me? So, boom, right? Those are the criteria for rent. And guess what? Now check this out. Check this out. Y'all gonna like this. You're gonna like this. So, what's it, Polly? Check this out, Polly. Polly, I hate Polly. No, I want to go into your market. What's your market again? Placentia, California. Placentia, California. Check this out. I'll hit remove boundaries, right? So welcome to California. That's why the rent is like 5,000 to 10,000 for a shack. I'm kidding. But you know, but don't worry, right? The more expensive it is, the more you can rent out the company even more. So the average rent here, let's say 5,000 for a 4-bedroom, right? Well, you're gonna rent out to company for 10,000. You see? You see how many, like, look. And then this is, you can do even 3-bedroom for California. Usually it's better because it's California, right? So you see so many deals out there that you can leverage. Now, I didn't even teach you guys about zero money down strategy. That's literally called zero money down strategy, where you do not even have to rent the property and furnish them. You leverage somebody else already are burn out with this, and you partner up with them. Like, for example, this one. Hey, ask them, hey, how would you like? You got to understand, these landlord, they're only making, like, after mortgage, they're only making a few $100. Like literally, like maybe like $400 or $500 a month. And that's not gonna change their life an iota. Okay. This probably like $1 million, you see? So, but when you come in, you ask them, hey, how would you like to triple your cash flow while I do all the work for you? You think they're gonna say no? What do you mean by that? So for this one, you can rent out the company for double, remember? So this one, you rent out the company for 10,000. Now, if you do arbitrage, you're gonna make after everything about 4,000 a month. You do that a couple of times, and you be one of my student, Desi, right here close to you. I can introduce you to her. She's a nurse. Within 3 months, she did 6 deals and double her nursing income while working 5-10 hours a week versus busting her butt, doing nursing for 40 hours a week, working night shift and all the graveyard shift and all that BS. Okay, so check this out. Or you can do co-hosting with this one. You don't even need to put any money down, right? And you're making 20%. So 20% of 10,000 is 2,000 a month. So this is gorgeous property. Look, somebody put their entire life saving in here to buy this place, renovate it. Look, you know how much money they put to renovate this place? Hundreds of thousands of dollars. How much down payment? Hundreds of thousands of dollars in down payment. How long it take them? Probably 10, 20 years. Guess how long it take you to make a phone call to them and then take over and partner up with them, make money? Literally within a day, if you want. You see what I'm saying? That's called leverage, right? That's called smart thinking, smart work, and not just, break your back. Anyway, this is listed by a management company, so it's not the best. You want to look for property owner, listed by property owner. But this one still have great potential because there's no watermark on the picture. If there's watermark on the picture, that means that it is very professionally managed, and that means that they are very close-minded people usually, and they don't entertain this. Bad picture is good. So look, this one's bad picture. Bad picture mean about opportunities, okay? Now this one is not renovated and all of that, so guess what? You don't have to choose it, you know? You don't have to choose it. You don't have to be stuck with this property and I feel bad for them, because if they don't have the money to renovate it, that's why it probably look like this, you see? So guess what? You move on. See how easy that is? It's not your property, who cares? This one, boom. Apartment, no apartment. Where's my home type? Unclick apartment and unclick townhouse. Okay. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, right? So all you need is just a couple of these guys, and you replace the income in California. Now, if you're in Texas, on the other hand, you need, you make 2,000 a month instead of 4,000 a month in Texas. California, you make like 4,000 with arbitrage, right? So anyway, you're listed by property management company, but this is by a realtor. These are probably one of the best too, because they have an inventory of a lot of properties. So even if this one don't work out, they would love to own your business and make it work out with other business, with other properties. You see what I'm saying? Look how much money they put into this beautiful home. How long it take you to like renovate this thing like this? Why would you even want to do that? Risk your entire life saving for what? You can just go and literally make money from this. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. You get it? Bomb, right? And guess what? If you go to Dallas or Arlington, or actually Frisco, oh, I love Frisco. Frisco, Texas, in Dallas, right? Remove boundaries so you can be surrounding area. Look how many of these pop up. That's why I love this business, because there's so many properties. There is an abundance of properties, right? It takes a while to load. Sorry, internet. I live by the beach, so internet sometimes spotty. Okay. I wish that it's get dark so soon. Usually on the other months, I can show you sunset on the beach. It's gorgeous. Anyway. Okay, so 3 bedroom boom boundary. Look at how many properties out there. Ridiculous, right? Ridiculous. You see here? This is just in Frisco. You know? You know? Boom. You want to look for like the average, don't look for like, so the average here is about 3,000 a month, give or take, right? You don't want to be like overextend yourself. Okay, so that's where negotiation and all that coming in. Okay. Okay. And some of these you can even look, some of them you can even look for like furnish too. Okay. So that way here, furnish. Some of them you have some amazing gem. Okay, cause they don't know what they have, right? So like this one, right in the middle of Frisco, like Beverly Hills of Texas, basically. Okay. If it's fully furnished or unfurnished, you got me? By property owner, cha-ching. I found you a deal right there. I hope you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Plenty for everybody. There you go. Christy, I hope you pay attention. This one is fully furnished. You got me? For 3,200 bucks a month in Frisco, Texas, Beverly Hills of Texas. This one you can rent out for 6,000-7,000 easy. Okay, they already have furniture. You don't have to spend money for that. And then, even if you like do the co-hosting and management model, you're making 20% of, let's say 7,000. That's almost 1,500 bucks a month. And guess how much money you put in to do that? Zero, because they're already furnished. You got me? You see what I'm saying? This is such a gem. Sure, I might take a picture. If you don't do it, I'll do it. I'm seriously like literally taking a picture of it right now. Okay, because this is a fantastic deal. Okay, so there you go. Get on it, guys. I mean, this I know for a fact. You can rent it out for 6,000-7,000 Frisco. It's like Beverly Hills. Like, come on. It's like Manhattan. Like, it's not gonna go down. You see what I'm saying? Fully furnished, 4 bedroom, 3 bath, modern kitchen, all with a 2-car garage, listed by property owner. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. It's all cha-ching, 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 cha-ching the whole time. You get me? The property owner will want you, easier to negotiate than property management company. You provide value for them, right? It's a decent, beautiful home in Frisco, Texas. There you go. Almost 3,000 square feet. Bam. Hallelujah. If you arbitrage this one, you can make 3,000 a month. That's 36,000 a year. You do that 3 times, you make that 6-figure income. You see? If you manage it, you make 1,500. So you do that, with no money down though. So you do that for 6 times, and you still make 10K. See what I'm saying? There you go. How do you find out how much company will be willing to pay? You can define which property to pick. Great question. So define which properties to pick. That's where you pass out on the 4 H's test: highway, hospital, hotels, healthy grocery store. And what I just showed you, 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom, allow pets, houses, not just apartments, right? Good neighborhood, great school, good area, renovated. All these things I'm showing you, that's the criteria. Okay, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. There you go. Some people will charge you thousands of dollars. Why just share it with you as a course? Okay, so there you go. Okay. And company will usually willing to pay about double the market rent. That's a rule of thumb. The market rent for this is about $3,250. That's about right. So it's about 6,500 if you rent out to companies. Give or take 500,000. Okay. Can we be living in another state and still operate corporate housing under LLC? Absolutely. Absolutely. You can have in multiple. My student, I just told you 3 months in, 3 different states, right? Of course. Bomb. All right. So let's go back to what do we tell? What do you say to these, you know, owners, right? What is the script? Okay. So we have two script. We have either the arbitrage script, right? Or the co-hosting script. So let's just dive in here. We only have like not much time left, so I'm gonna dive straight in, okay, and try and help you as much as you can. You got some good value out of this, right? Check this out. These are what you tell with landlord. Why would they do it for you, with you? Number one, no landlord will agree to sublet. Well, guess what? One, we take care of the property like it's our own because it's our business, right? Two, we get professionally clean every few months. We pay for it. Hello, right? Any repairs under $200 a month, we get fixed ourselves. We're not gonna even call you in the middle of the night. Boom, right? Our clients are professional with a well-maintained career, not gonna do anything to jeopardize their job or their family. So we're gonna take care of the property. Take care of your property. You see? If you are a landlord and I come to you and say all of this and also ask you, hey, has any applicants offer you any of these things? No. You see? Applicants don't offer you any of these things. Regular applicants, they definitely don't clean every professionally clean and pay for it. Any repairs, they're not even gonna fix it themselves. They're gonna call you in the middle of the night trying to get you to fix it. You see? They don't care about your property because it's not their business. So they wear and tear, right? And then they're not a company, so they lose their job. They're gonna have to squat. I mean, sorry, they have family to take care of too. You see? But this, when we have companies, you don't have to worry about that because companies will take care of that for me, for us, right? Insurance company will take care of that too because they already have so much money. They're not gonna mess around with rent. You get me? So inside of our mastermind, we literally have 7-figure script of everything from the mindset to physiology to the tonality to everything when you speak with confidence with his landlord. And the best part is you can leverage our track record. That's the big key that most people don't understand. Because that's the first thing people ask when you're trying to do this yourself, you know. Like, hey, Carolyn, I like you, you know, but how many of these have you done? You know, that's the landlord, first question for you. You know, Shannon, you look trustworthy, you know, Diane, you look great, but how many of these have you done? You sound great, you see? You're gonna have to tell them the truth. You know, how it's my first one, my first time. What do you think the chance of them giving you their property, their baby, for you to do this? You see? The reason why we help even brand new people with no experience to do this and get so much success so fast because they can leverage our track record from day one. You guys can say ethically, once you're part of us, we are part of a nationwide corporate housing network. We have done hundreds of these deals nationwide. Here's our portfolio, combined 20 years experience. Boom. You see, now interviewing them to see if you're properly qualified for what we do. If it's qualified for what we do, we're going to do this for you. X, Y, and Z, these 4 things we're going to do for you. You see, now the table is turned. You are interviewing them, and that's true. They need them. They need you more than you need them. Because did you see how many of these rental are out there? Literally thousands of them. All you need is 10 to make 20,000 a month or 10,000 a month and be freedom. You get me? So be picky on who you partner with, like who you go, who you get better with, basically. Okay, there you go. Myth: HOA won't agree to midterm rental. That's a myth. A lot of HOA will do. They allow 30 days or more abundance of property. Of course, it's legal. Okay, so I'm going to bypass this because we don't have time, and I want to share with you the best of the best. I'm going to share with you who do you want to know how to go zero money down. I have zero money down strategy. You know, Zero money down strategy, make infinite return. Okay, literally infinite return because it's zero money down. It's called co-hosting, managing, or partnering. And the best part is most people don't understand is the network that we have, right? The network that we have. Once you understand that, that is the gem because no one person can be as good as 100 combined. I don't care. Even Michael Jordan can play a basketball game by himself and win, right? And yet people think they can do it all the time. Anyway, hold on. Let me do this. Get to the right one. It's called co-hosting. Co-hosting, leveraging other people's property. Okay. And you can do that with very little risk, right? The number one thing is know how to de-risk or zero risk and have asymmetrical risk to reward ratio. That's what I learned from these billionaires. You know what they taught me? If the reward is not 5 times the risk, they're not going to do the deal. It doesn't matter what deal it is. Because, you know, that's how you stay in the game and live another day, right? And plus, if you, like for a lot of you who like watch like HGTV and have this, sexy thing about fix and flip, you know how many people I talk to that upside down because they don't know what they're doing and they just do a fix and flip and they think they can make it. Why? Because the risk reward ratio is 1 to 1. You're risking 100K, easy math, to make 100K. So guess how much percentage do you need to be right to make 100K? 100% of the time. If you lose, you're gonna lose 100K. How many 100K can you lose? You see what I'm saying? That's why, right? Now, with this strategy, you literally not losing anything, and you can make literally 6 figures within 6 months. 100K in 6 months, easy, right? Why? Because you simply leverage other people's property. The most you can lose with this is some time and make some gas money. That's it, right? But other than that, man, the sky's the limit. Zero money down, 6-figure passive without owning real estate. How to do co-hosting? Okay, you rent it for 3,000. Let's say like the Frisco property, perfect example. The rent is 3,000. You sublease for 6,000. 20% of it going to you is 1,200. Utilities is about $500. Vacancy is about 10%. Net rent to the owner is 3,700. Extra cash flow to the owner is 700. Bottom line is this: most long-term landlord only make 10% of traditional rent of 3,000, so they only make about $300. Now with this, they're gonna make $1,000 because you rent out the company for double the market rent. You got me? So your landlord, and we show you how to make, and we'll do everything for you, and make $1,000 instead of $300. Become new best friends, right? That's what. Understand the number is so important. Okay, take a screenshot of this, digest it, that you understand it. But you're gonna make 20% of the top by doing co-hosting. So you're gonna make $1,200 a month, whether they make profit or not, by the way. But of course, you want them to make profit, but they will. Why would they agree to this? And why is it a no-brainer for them? Because the owner, when they manage the property, these are the 3 major pain points for them. Number one, the tenants can squat at the property 3 to 12 months. Eviction take a lot of time and money, right? When we manage, we have corporate clients, okay? So we don't have to go evict anybody. No eviction for the past 10 years with hundreds of properties, you see? Boom. Secondly, when the owner maintaining the property go there, fix the toilet themselves, and all of that is a mess. That's why most landlord got burned out, because they don't have any profit. So when they don't have any profit, they gotta go and clean the toilet. I mean, that's not the life they want, right? However, when we manage, when we rent out the company, they have money, so they will have profit. Makes sense? Simple. And then we have a community of hundreds of our members, so we can partner up. Let's say, Polly here is in California, and Christy is in Dallas, prime example, live right here. And let's say both of you join the mastermind mentorship, and now you tell company, hey, I'm actually have partner in Texas too, in California too, in New York and Florida. You give me a call, you have something, boom. Next thing you know, you got a call, got a booking, a client looking for in Texas. Now Paulie call Christy. Christy pick up. Hey, what can I do for you? Boom, I would like to partner up on this deal. We both win together. Hallelujah. You see? And vice versa. That's why the community is so important. Make sense? It's not what you know, it's who you know. The pitch to the landlord is this: how would you like to double or triple your cash flow while I do all the work for you? Remember, you only need a couple of landlords to say yes to get financial freedom, so don't give up. Okay? And then you have monthly report, you ask for referral, rinse, repeat, and scale. That's it. So book a free consultation call with us. If you haven't already, that's the next step. That's the only step, really, And again, I'm giving 5 1-hour free slots for my own time, worth $3,000 for the first 5 people who win this. So take advantage of it. Okay. And if you don't, then good luck to you. But why are you here? Right? Anyway, what is the difference between arbitrage and co-hosting? So arbitrage is when you rent to rent, re-rent the property. You got to pay first month rent, first month deposit, and furniture. Each property is about maybe 10K to 15K, depending on where you're at. Now, co-hosting, zero money down strategy. No need to pay first month rent, deposit, or furniture. Profit, arbitrage make 2 to 3K a month. Co-hosting earn half of that, about 1,000, 1,500 a month. But you're not risking any money. You're literally not risking anything with co-hosting. Low risk. Low risk, low reward. Arbitrage a little bit higher risk, but higher reward. Now, this is different from buying the property. Buying the property is like all the risk with very little reward. Make sense? So that's why we do these 2 strategies as our main 2 strategy. Okay. And scale. You can literally scale with this co-hosting very fast because there's no capital required. Arbitrage, you scale 10 times faster than traditional real estate already. You buy the property, it's going to take forever to scale, right? So, with this, you can scale super fast. Make sense? Yeah. So this is the formula for arbitrage, right? Again, month 1, do 1 property, make 2K a month. If you can do 1, can you do 2? Yes, month 2, you do 2, now you're 6K. Month 3, you do 2, now you're 10K. You see? You do this by month 6, you have 11 property, make you 20-something K a month. How many can retire, travel around the world, take care of your parents, take care of your loved one, put them in trust, leave a legacy, right? That's what I'm talking about. You see? That's it. You do nothing else. You put this into a trust funds, spit out 20, 30K a month. Your family, your kids don't have to do whatever they don't need to do for money anymore. You got me? Okay. So co-hosting, you make about, average 1,000 a month. per property, you do the same thing, right? 6 months, you can still make six-figure income. Now with co-hosting, you can actually do more because there's a lot less management. There's a lot less risk, right? And you scale much faster. So instead of doing 2 a month, you're doing 3 a month. And you can get you literally to even 400K a year within your first year. That's ridiculous. And any business take you 5 years to break even. Okay. This you double your money within the first year. Okay. So this is the fast method that I show you. Trying to show you guys the 4-step. Find the right location, ask to sublease, set up to stand out, and then tap into the corporate clients. Okay, so we cover all of that. Oh, I know I run through a lot, but any questions so far? We're gonna wrap this up here. And go back to the HOA page after that. So HOA, that page basically just saying some HOA won't allow you to do 30 days, like less than 30 days, but this is over longer than 30 days. So you escape a lot of that regulations, right? And then, yeah, do you use property management company to manage the rental? No, I don't. I want to teach you how to become the property management company. I want to show you how you can hire an internal manager that doesn't cost much at all and run everything for you while you travel around the world like we do and have fun, right? You become a property management company. You got it? Okay, so the code for this, I mean, I don't know the top of my head, but basically business, you can do either business consultant or real estate. Oh, by the way, you can qualify for real estate professional with this business, right? And you have the most tax write-off. If you are a employee who here, just an employee and no business. If you don't have a business in America, you are being double burned by taxes. Why do that to yourself when you can just open a business? And the best business for the most tax write-off is, guess what? Real estate. Okay. Now, disclaimer, this is not financial legal advice. Like, it is not tax advice either. Take it or leave it. But because, in my opinion, in my experience, real estate, you have the most amount of tax write-off. And if you, like, I enroll one of my students in nurse the other day, and I figure out she paid 50K a year in taxes for the past 30 years. That's $6 million that could be in her pocket by simply having a business on the side in real estate. Hello, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, why don't you come in and, get 10 properties, get passive income, and teach other people, and sure, why not? You see? So do you rent using an LLC? Yes, you do. You want to do everything under the LLC to protect yourself. And we have all of that. And we also have insurance too. And that's another thing to protect yourself and all of that. And we actually have corporate clients insurance. So we got you taken care of. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. So lastly, last 5 minutes, I'm going to do an exercise with you that will forever change your life, I hope. So either that or you just go to sleep. But either way, it's going to be good for you. Okay, so put your hands on your heart. Okay. Relax, breathe. Slow down your breathing. Okay. Now, we're going to do this two things. One, imagine if you don't do this and you get stuck at your job for the next 10 years and 20 years, how you feel? Imagining you've been there 10, 20 years from now, 2036. And now you are stuck in the same old rat race with no hope, no future, right? He's getting older, more sick, watching, complaining, and your kids have been missing you all these 10 years, don't even know who you really are because you wasn't able to be there for them this whole time. Or your parents passed because you didn't do this so that we have money to take care of them and actually spend time with them. These are real, right? These are painful. And I get it. But you don't tap into the pain, you're not going to move. That's why we're doing this. Okay? But don't worry. Things can get better. Now imagine the other parallel universe where you don't have to suffer like this and live a life of quiet desperation. The other parallel universe, you are now the powerful tech charge. Looking back, the year 2025, December 30th, that fateful day where you make the decision once and for all, enough is enough. I'm not going to live like this. I'm not getting my life, my wife, my spouse, my mom, my dad suffer like this. My children will have a better life than I do. They made a decision once and for all to get the right mindset, the right mentor, the right community, and get success. And you made it happen. 6 months from now, you have 10 property, make you 20K a month. 10, 20K a month at least. Travel around the world, retire within 2026. Your best year ever. You have transformed in front of your eyes. Becoming this badass, whoever you want to put in. This badass Polly, Christy, Shannon, Patricia. Okay? And say, I am premium. Okay? I am VIP. I do deserve this. I am a child of God. I'm a son and daughter of God. Everything belongs to the Father, belongs to me. Right? Most of us sell ourselves short. Why not you? Why not now? How much longer you want to wait and suffer and get your life, your family to suffer as well while you keeping lying to yourself? Right? Isn't it about time you take the action and get the lion inside of you take charge, the giant within to take charge, right? And make it happen once and for all. So imagine now able to do this and get the best year and get your freedom, make 6-figure passive, multiple 6 figures, maybe even 7 figures. What would you do for your family? What would you do for your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, your spouse, your kids? Where would you go? What's your dream vacation? You don't have any worry around the world, and you're able to wake up to where you want to do. What will you do? Where will you go? Who's with you? How long are you going to stay? What's your why? Why is that important? Go 7 level deep, not just the surface level why. Okay? And really feel that you're already there. That you're already there. So give thanks right now to your freedom. Thank you, God, for this freedom. Thank you, God, for this income. Thank you, God, for this amazing community that we are part of. Thank you, God, for you are worth it. And finally, maybe finally you're able to realize once and for all that you are worth it, right? Okay, I'm going to count down 10 to 1. We're going to celebrate the New Year's like the roof off, and we want to celebrate as if you already made it, and it's now the end of 2026. You got me? So put your fist in, count down with me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Celebrate. Yes, 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 yes. Celebrate. Woo! Awesome. Good job, guys. I'm proud of you guys. You guys are champions. Stick around this long before New Year's, okay? So book a call with us. If you haven't already, it's absolutely free call, and I look forward to help you. Otherwise, Happy New Year, and I see you next year, okay? Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Good night.